I'm a pro at this. This might be the worst idea I have ever had, but simultaneously, it also might be the best idea I've ever had. So a lot of the content that I do, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, I don't like to do stuff like this. A lot of my content, if you guys have seen it, is a lot of drum reviews. I like to teach people, I like to have fun helping to break down content and break down technique in a way that's easy for people to understand, because I want to give people that competitive edge to be able to know things that I wish I knew when I was starting out. However, there are some times when we have to challenge ourselves, possibly even revisit the past, and do things that you don't really want to do. Because you know what we've learned through the amazing words of David Goggins? Suffering oftentimes leads to success. And we're putting ourselves through some very cruel, unique, and unusual punishment today. See, I'm sure if you guys reviewed a lot of my old content way back in the day, which I'm sure not a lot of you have, a lot of you may know that I used to make meme songs. I thought that was actually going to take me off and that was going to take me to YouTube stardom. Spoiler alert, it did not. But it was something that I thought was fun, and it's something that I actually liked to do. And I remember one of the first videos I ever put out was making a slam song in 4 hours. Now here's the thing. It was all a meme. It was all a meme. I know that not a lot of slam sounds like that. And honestly, it was more of a deathcore breakdown at the end of the song, but either way, you guys get what I'm saying. It was all supposed to be a joke. We're having fun. We're not really doing a whole lot of crazy stuff with it, and the production quality was absolute garbage. That's because I really had garbage mixing skills back in the day, and I just didn't want to admit it, but we're a lot better now. I was listening back to that song the other day, and I said, you know what? It would be really cool if we could just revisit that series for a little bit. Maybe have a little bit of fun with it. Maybe possibly spice things up a little bit. Maybe even redo the whole thing. Why not? I mean, let's try it over anyway. So I decided to make an executive decision here at the Comrade Nikolai channel. What we're going to do is we're going to reattempt making a slam song in 4 hours or less. And by the way, yes, it is going to be a meme. It is all going to be a meme. The most memey of slam riffs that you can ever think of. The most memey of drum lines. What, you know, skank beats in there. Get that out of here. Only blast beats. We're obviously going to add some bass into the mix. And we're gonna do guitar. But here's the thing. Most slam that's out there nowadays, they use like 9, 10, whatever string guitars. I only have a 7 string. And I don't like using the 7 string. I like the way the 6 string here feels. So you know what we're gonna do, fellas? We're gonna do some amazing studio work. And I'm sure a lot of you know that a lot of slam and a lot of this modern metal that's out there is very highly processed. Well, here's the thing. We're gonna take that to an absolute meme level. So guess what? Not only are we gonna be playing these riffs heavily pitch shifted, we're gonna take it to the absolute next level. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare yourselves, because I'm probably gonna get drunk during the making of this video as well, so things are really gonna get interesting. Please prepare yourselves for making a slam song that is a meme in 4 hours or less. Timer starts now. The first thing I did preemptively before even starting anything with the mix was getting a drum machine logged in and cranking that snare drum up, because this is slam. That snare has to be tuned high. First thing that I had to do was immediately try and find a guitar tone that's going to match the slam song that I want to make in my head. So the first thing I did was opened up my audio interface, which would be Ableton 10 Elite, and then opened up the ToneX plugin that I had attached to that application. The first thing that I found after scrolling for a little bit was the death metal pedal. Oh yes, I need that treble in my life. Yeah, after we found that absolute garbage tone, we immediately got into recording some riffs and getting ideas down. And the first thing that I did was immediately start trying to come up with song structures and whatnot, so that way we could at least try and get this thing as a show on the road and get things rolling. But we still had a bunch of technical difficulties to deal with. Hey, sometimes you just have to beat up your equipment and then it actually works better, trust me. The problem with me is that I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so sometimes I'll come up with a riff and I don't think that it's very good. So what do? I immediately try and come up with other riffs that I think are going to be better, that I think are going to fit better, and are ultimately going to complement the song structure. But sometimes that doesn't always work, and sometimes I have to come up with other stuff, and it takes time. But we got guitars done, so we immediately rolled into bass guitar, and bass guitar, I'm going to be honest, was pretty easy to do. It's not really super hard to do the bass guitar. After you double track guitars, it's easy. As long as you can just kind of follow the root notes, you're good to go with this one. But that is if you're a simpleton. Sometimes I like to add a whole bunch of extra stuff with the bass, because bass is an extra layer to the music. Immediately after that, we got all the stuff done for the bass. It was absolutely sick. Like I say, bass is pretty easy if you want to be a simpleton with it. But I'm not a simpleton with it. I added a bunch of extra stuff. But there's one thing that is common in Slam that everyone seems to forget about. Samples. The first thing that I did was opened up Google and started looking up the best samples. SpongeBob memes. They work.
Hey, why ain't you running?
Well, I can't read.
Get out of here.
Real quick side note, in between takes I have been having shots of soju. This is probably like my 5th or 6th shot right now. Bottle's about half gone. We're feeling it. Okay, we get it, you're an alcoholic, Nick. Anyway, we got these samples loaded up onto the computer. So what I decided to do was I wanted to do this really cool panning effect where I had one voice speaking in one ear and the other voice speaking in the other. And then I figured we could always do something more like it was a weird telephone call that the guy was getting, so we did some tricks. The only thing left to do now is just vocals, and the problem is, I'm not a vocalist. I only really know a whole little bit about clean singing, but I know nothing about how to do the harsh vocals without hurting yourself, so there's only really one option that I have to do. Inhales. And it's about to be the most memey thing you ever seen. Be prepared. It could get messy. Okay, so after the vocal tracks were done, we got quite a bit of work done with it. So, it's on to mastering, and the mastering program we're using is Ozone 10, which I highly recommend because you can actually shape the EQ profiles, and you can use AI to help master your tracks automatically. There's a bunch of extra stuff in there like dynamic changes and compressors and all that. It's really fun, highly recommend. But anyways, here's the song. So we did it. The whole time I actually have been sick with a cold, so that's the worst part. But we have now officially proved to ourselves that yes, we can write slam in under 4 hours. We clocked in officially at just under 2 hours, so there we go. I think it was like an hour and 54 minutes or something like that. We were able to prove to ourselves that yes, indeed, you can meme the heck out of slam. I already know when I post this video that I'm going to get a bunch of angry slam kids probably in the comments being like, oh my god, that's not real slam. All the slam kids are going to be like, oh, okay, listen, buddy, that's not real slam. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. I had a bunch of fun deciding to write this and to share this with all you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. If you liked it, leave a comment and a like down below. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Don't forget to subscribe and also follow my playlist because we got a lot more videos like this coming soon. With all that being said, y'all, thanks for sticking around for this absolute hot mess. I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers and have a good one.